getting rid of the Federal Reserve. It's not going to happen. They don't want to hear any of this nonsense about, well, let's audit the Fed. Let me tell you something. Unless you get Congress to approve it, it's not going to happen. Good luck getting Congress's approval when half of them are in the tank with the Fed. How about let's talking about realistic things about how you're going to run this country? What ideas are you going to put forth to Congress that you want them to put forth and pass so you can sign? That's what are you going to do about the economy? What kind of a policy are you going to put forth in your economic policy and in your budgets that you're going to want Congress to put in the budgets so you can sign it? We don't get those kind of questions because we don't get answers to those kind of questions because they're not the kind of questions that the left wants to ask and have answered by anybody. Because they want to be able to tell you everything that's going on and then lie to you about it. And the very notion. Look, you're getting stepped on. And if I know that some of you liberals out there think that you're untouchable. Well, your untouchables just got touched out in Missouri. Hey, there is from The Guardian, theguardian.com. Now, folks, this is from Ohio State. Ohio University. I'm not making. You cannot make this. I've told you time and time again that you cannot make this stuff up. Just cannot be done. Ohio University is putting on a production of Katori Hall's The Mountaintop. And one of the characters in Katori, Katori Hall's The Mountaintop, one of the characters is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now, at Ohio University, not a conservative university, not a conservative institute of higher learning, but another liberal bastion of liberal learning and liberal thought, much like the University of Missouri, where they're protesting against other liberals. Isn't that wonderful? Liberals protesting against other liberals for being racist and not addressing the racism issue that may be on campus. So they say. So at Ohio University, according to theguardian.com, they casted an actor to play Martin Luther King Jr. The actor that they cast to play Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. of the preacher from the South of civil rights fame, they cast a white male to play Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now, I don't care where you come from or where your vision is, there is no way in hell that you could possibly even say that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is white. I mean, it's what, Sean King? No, we're not talking Sean King here. We're talking Martin Luther King. The casting of a white actor as Martin Luther King Jr. in an Ohio University production of Katori Hall's acclaimed play, The Mountaintop, was a disservice not just to Dr. King, but into an entire community, the playwright said. Well, the playwright wasn't involved in the casting? Now, Hall wrote an essay for the African American cultural website, The Root, on Monday about Kent State University's production of her play, which dramatizes the night before King was assassinated back in 1968. Hall told The Guardian that director Michael Oatman, Oatman, Oatman's decision to double cast the 6-show production with a black actor and a white actor as King went deeper than just casting a white man in the role of MLK. So now we want to change the skin color of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and take away civil rights from the blacks because it's the politically correct thing to do now, I guess. Are you kidding me? Folks, do you realize what just happened? We have got a bunch of freaking idiots out in Missouri who are protesting and got a college president and chancellor each to resign because of their slow motion moves towards identifying and answering the questions about race relations on a liberal campus. You go a few miles to Ohio on another liberal campus, and you've got a freaking campus institution who is changing the skin color of an icon, of an American hero, of a civil rights leader from black to white. And you want to tell me that this nation is going to be left of center and that the way to go is to be politically correct. These people are assholes who do not care about you or I. I don't care what your skin color is. They do not care about you. And for all you African Americans out there who continually support these Democrats, this is what they're doing to you. They're taking Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and putting whiteface on him. And they're saying, oh, well, this is just out of the box. This is great. It's not great. It's asinine. It's degrading. And it's disgusting. And you people out there who have extra melatonin in your skin that call yourselves African Americans are running around, shooting off your mouth, repeating what these white liberals tell you to repeat about the stupid flag of the Union Jack. The Confederate flag. Oh, well, why aren't you protesting Ohio University now? Where is the protest on this one? Where is the so-called outcry of white privilege for this particular production at this liberal college? Let me tell you why you don't hear about it. Because there is a concerted effort, and it started with the homosexual agenda, the LGBTXYZ PDQ, when they tried to equate homosexual rights with black rights, civil rights of the civil rights era, and African Americans were having none of it. So in order for them to be able to use civil rights in the future as the starting point, as the basis for whatever they want to bring forth, they have to take civil rights away from African Americans. Well, how do you do that? You start by taking their heroes and whitewashing them. Don't doubt me, people. This is happening right before our eyes. How else do you explain you have a campus in an uproar because some white professor is not paying attention and not acting fast enough to these students' concerns about supposed racism on campus? And then you go a few miles to a different state, to a different liberal college, and they're whitewashing an African American. Tell me they're out there for you and me. They're not. And I'm sick and tired of trying to tell you people that they're not. I'm not talking about the conservatives out there. You guys get it. I'm talking about you stupid, idiotic, left-wing morons You need to grow up, grow a pair, and use your freaking brains. I'm done playing Mr. Nice Guy here. There's nothing nice about, because when you're out there and you're trying to take away my liberty, look, I've already talked, I talked about how the government is encroaching on our everyday lives and our freedom. And it's with the blessing of the liberal progressive left. Because, it's all supposed to be for our own good. Tell me how making Dr. Martin Luther King into a white person is good for us. How is that good? How is it going to help race relations? And I don't want to hear anything about, well, Dr. Martin, he was human, right? He's human. Don't even go there with me. Don't even try it. I will excoriate you. There is no excuse. Yet we're supposed to just be able to accept this because, the white liberal, where is white privilege on this one? Where's why do I have to go to the Guardian to find this? Why is this not, front page news along with the Missouri stuff? I mean, this goes right along with it. Because, folks, I'm telling you the truth. Their whole idea right now is to steal civil rights from African Americans. Just take it away. That is their goal. Because they want to be able to use that base, that mantra, for whatever else they want. And they do not want African Americans to be able to block them ever again. Because that civil rights notion, it fell flat out there in California when they went to vote for gay marriage, and over 85% of African Americans who voted against gay marriage out there. It fell flat. They cannot afford to leave civil rights in the hands of African Americans. Now, my question to you is, where's Reverend Jesse Jackson? Where's the Reverend Al Sharpton on this? Why are they not over in Ohio right now protesting this? Like, hell, they both claim to have, and you see pictures of Jesse Jackson. They both claim to have marched right alongside of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Jesse Jackson was in the inner circle of Dr. King. So why is not Jesse Jackson protesting, getting on a plane and flying to Ohio University and protesting this shameful decision by a leftist director? Because, folks, I want to tell you another little secret. Because Jesse and Al, they know the deal. They know the score. They know that the white liberal left wants to take away civil rights from the African American. And frankly, they cannot stand up against it, or else the left will tear them apart. And they know it. They have nothing. They have nothing. They have no ability to withstand this onslaught. And it is an onslaught, and it's only going to get worse. And you're not going to hear about it in the lamestream media. You're not. Racial issues are not the issue. The left has tried to make this an issue where it is not. We are the most diversified than we've ever been. There are so many mixed raced kids in this country that they now register as a full percentage point, not a point something. They're full percentage points now of the population. You don't get that way by being a racist, segregated country. Race is not the issue, even though the man in the White House has made it an issue. Only an issue for the left. Because that's how they're going to divide us and take even more power. And that power means that they're going to take anything that is African American and steal it to use it for their agenda. Don't freaking doubt me.